just arrived at the ferry terminal in District 1 in Saigon, and I'm about to board the ferry to Vũng Tàu. It's about 2 hours away, and I'm going to catch up with my good friend Mr. Đình. We've got a couple of cool things to check out together. We're going to do some eating, we're going to do some drinking, and I think we're even going to do some fishing, which should be pretty awesome. And we're also going to check out some pirate stories, I think, and some sort of old folklore stories about Vũng Tàu, so that should be really interesting. And most importantly of all, I've got my ticket to ride, so let's do this. That trip's so good. 2 hours from Saigon, and yeah, most of it's by the river, and then it opens out into the East Sea a little bit, and you get a good glimpse of what's happening, life on the river and life by the sea. So now it's time to go and get something to eat. Yeah.
I only had time for a quick snack because I was keen to check in at Coco Homestay. So on the way, I stopped by 43 Duffmusiq Street, where one of my favourite snacks in Vũng Tàu is sold, bun tieu. They're a simple but tasty little deep-fried snack made from flour and water and the lady's own secret ingredients. The aunties here have been popping out these babies at a rate of around 700 per day at 5,000 dong a pop for about 25 years. They're famous, and it's easy to see why.
Oh, Mr. Đình, you little beauty! Check this out! Woohoo! Woohoo! Yeah, great big bed. And the best part is this. Look at that. Opens up right out onto the beach. And a cafe for selfies. But check this out, that's Pineapple Beach. Looking out to the west, so we get some amazing sunsets. And we'll go for a dip there later on. Super popular place early in the morning and later in the afternoon where the locals come for a dip to cool off. Now here's the balcony. Have a couple of quiet beers there later on, or on the rooftop of Coco Homestay. But look at that, hey? Woo. Right on Ha Long Street, in between Front Beach and Back Beach in Vũng Tàu. Look at that. So, just a quick walk around. The bed, nice big bed there. And over here to the business area. Little cooktop stove thingy right there, just in case I want to cook, microwave, sink, just in case I want to do dishes, and fridge. Let's see if Mr. Dinh's looked after me and put a couple of beers in. Yes, he has. Good man. Good on you, Mr. Đình. Always looking after me, although 2. Would expect a few more, but that'll do for now. But take a look at this place. Super nice little homestay. Coco Homestay. And bathroom just in here. Washing machine as well. All the necessities. Massive shower. Look at that. Okay, awesome. So we're ready to go. Okay, so I've dropped my bag off in the room and I'm now on the rooftop of Mr. Dinh's Coco Homestay, and I just wanted to show you the view. Check it out. Overlooking the ocean. That's Pineapple Beach just down there in between Front Beach and Back Beach in Vũng Tàu, and there's going to be a wicked sunset a little bit later on, so hopefully we'll be back up here later for a couple of quiet beers and a bit of a catch up. But before then, what I want to do is get on the motorbike and show you something really cool and a little bit unusual, and that's a whale temple. Now, it's not unusual for fishermen in Vietnam to worship whales. They're seen as protectors of fishermen, and so therefore there are quite a few temples around along the east coast, the southeast coast of Vietnam, and Vũng Tàu happens to have one. Now, why am I going to take you there? Well, tomorrow Mr. Đình and I, we plan to go out fishing. We're going to go out onto the rolling seas, and we're going to try and catch some fish, but at the same time we want to make sure that we're okay. So I thought it might be a nice little gesture to go there and pray for Mr. Đình and pray for me that we'll be safe on our little journey out onto the water tomorrow. So let's do it. Let's get on the bike and hit the road. Okay, so here I am at the whale temple. It's called Ong Nam Hai, right? Ong Nam Hai. Yeah. Ong Nam Hai Temple. But before we go in, I've just seen something that's caught my eye, and it's quite unusual for temples in Vietnam to have this. And what it is, let me just turn the camera around a little bit here. Just here on every pylon here on the fence, not sure if you can see that. Might not be because I'm not in the best angle. But on every one of these pylons on the fence here is a dog. And as far as I know, it's quite unusual to revere dogs in this way. But when I was reading about the whale worshipping, dogs in this particular with this particular following, they worship dogs as well. And so fishermen who worship whales, they don't eat dog, even though traditionally in Vietnam dog is consumed fairly was consumed fairly widely. And there you go. I was quite surprised to see these little dogs on here protecting the whale temple. Quite interesting.
Whenever whales are found washed up on the shore in Vietnam, they're given elaborate funerals, and before being buried, their coffin is paraded through the streets so people can pay their respects. The whales remain buried for 3 years in special whale cemeteries, and like humans, they receive anniversary ceremonies 49 and 100 days after their burials. Once 3 years have passed, the bones are dug up and cleaned and are then placed on display in temples just like this one that are specifically reserved for whale worship.
Wow, a temple that worships whales, who would have thought that? And the dogs around the perimeter fence here protecting or overlooking the temple grounds. Now, if you thought that was pretty cool, I've got another one to show you. About 20 or 30 kilometers out of town, in a small fishing village called Lom Hai, there's another temple just like this one, but it's a little bit different. It has a whale cemetery. Now, I'm pretty interested in that, so I'm gonna go out there, check it out, see why they do it and what it looks like. So let's do this. I don't know what make of tractor it is. Unbelievable. Looks like something out of Mad Max. Okay, check the phone and I'm heading in the right direction. Finally! I think this is it. Please be open.
Có coi chú ơi, giúp đỡ luôn coi chú ơi.
How are you?
Có coi chú ơi, giúp đỡ luôn coi chú ơi.